Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ibrahim, and you can call me Ibra. Previously, I wanna thank you for the permission, Mr. Suirta and Miss Sahida, cause of you this video has a begin. Okay, let's start the video. Sultan Syahrir's role in Indonesia independence. Who is Sultan Syahrir? Sultan Syahrir is one of the most important figures in Indonesia history. Known as the first Prime Minister of Republic Indonesia and an independent revolutionary, he was born on March 5, 1999 in Padang Panjang, West Sumatra, to an educated family. His father, Muhammad Rasad, whose title was Maharaja Sultan, was a prosecutor and officer to Sultan of Delhi, while his mother was Putri Siti Arabia. Sultan Syahrir was educated at Mulo, Mir Uyut Gevrit Langer Onderwijs, and later at EMS Algemeen Middelburg School in Bandung. He was active in youth and educational organizations, including founding Cahca Volksuniversiteit, Universiteit, a people's university in 1927. He became one of the founders of Jong Indonesia, which played an important role in 1928, Youth Congress that resulted in Youth Pledge. After completing his law studies in Netherlands 1931, Syahrir became involved in politics and became chairman of Indonesia National Educative Party, the new PNI, in 1932. He was known as an intellectual who opposed Japanese influence during their opposition of Indonesia. And that is the biography of Sultan Syahrir. The next, I will tell of journey of Indonesia independence from August 40 to August 70. Okay, August 40. After the explosion of two bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki on 1945, Japan was forced to surrender without reason to United States. Next day, August 50, Sultan Syahrir, as one of the young people who heard the news from radio that was not sealed by the Japanese government, immediately urged Sukarno and Hatta to liberate Indonesia because at the time Indonesia was in a vacuum of power. The difference between of the young people and the old generation is the way of reclamation. The old thing that we can be independent without bloodshed and cooperate with Japan. On the contrary, the young actually want to be first from Japan and consider the promise of independence from Japan is a trick. But Sukarno and Hatta wanted to check the truth of the information first and still wanted to discuss it and at the PPKI meeting. After that, the young people held meeting led by Khairul Saleh. The result of the meeting was the Indonesian independence was the right and matter of the people it themselves, not hacked by other countries. And he argued that if there was bloodshed, that meant after that, the young people held a meeting led by Khairul Saleh. The result of the meeting was that Indonesia independence was the right and matter of the people themselves, not hung by each other by other countries. And argues that if there was bloodshed, that made Sukarno angry because he also argued the next day to become independent. August 16, the young people, the young group the young group wanted to take Sukarno and Hatta out of the town. The action was in accordance with the decision of the final meeting yesterday. The aim was to keep them away from the Japanese influence. The choice of Rengas Dengklok was also due to close relationship between the Peta Daidan Purwakarta and the Jakarta Daidan. And also Rengas Dengklok was located remotely about 50 kilometers from Kedung Gede from Gede Gede. In Kedung Gede, the MAP troops were also ready to block it. After the conspiration between Sukarno and Sodako Singgi, Sukarno considered availability for proclamation and eventually returned to Jakarta. Tadasi Maeda was willing to guarantee their safety while in his house. After that, the formulation of the proclamation was carried out by three figures, namely Sukarno, Hatta, and Ahmad Subarjo, at Tadasi Maeda House. And theirs were stanzas taken from the Jakarta Center. Sukarno wrote the brief text of proclamation. Hatta and Subarjo conveyed the contents of the mind verbally, and then one of the figure named Sukarni proposed that signing the proclamation script was only two people, namely Sukarno and Hatta, on behalf of Indonesia people. The script was complete, and Sukarno asked Sayuti to type proclamation. August 17. Several figures left Tadasi Maeda House and went to Sukarno House to hold Indonesia independence ceremony. In the morning, the youth came to Ikada Field to the flag to be hoisted, was also shown by Fatmawati, and then ceremony was held at 10 a.m. 18 August, there are many opinions about this date, because many consider Indonesia independence official on August 80 because the condition for the establishment of state and in Indonesia complete the condition from the establishment of a state on his date, namely when he result of PPK session, namely having a president and his deputy, namely Sukarno and Hatta, territory people government in the from KNIP, the recognition by other countries. August 90 and the 22. Establishing the ministry structure. PPKI decided on the formation of the ministerial structure consisting of 12 ministries to run the Indonesia government. Establishing the division of provinces, PPKI also establishing the division of Indonesia territory into 8 provinces. Each province is led by a governor who is responsible for local government. 22. Format the National Committee, format the PNI as Indonesia Political Party chairman by Sukarno, format BKR which become the beginning of the TNI. Okay, that's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.